Welcome to the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter. Whew. It is hot and muggy. There's a thunderstorm rolling in. Whew. I'm down here working on some skills. How many of you guys work on your skills? Skills on anything. Your skill set, fire making. Your skill set of collecting water, procuring food, shooting, using your knife, skinning animals, processing these animals for food. How many of you working on your skill sets? I don't know if y'all can hear it thunder, but that's pretty cool. I'm down here practicing with my bow drill. It is one of my favorite primitive ways of making fire. And when you have everything right, I'm far from having it mastered. But I have made fires with it. Creating that little ember to where you can move into your fire bundle, your char cloth. And then you have everything standing by as you get your flame. And then you have a fire. Fire's good for security. Fire's good for, excuse me, for boiling your water, cooking your food. Psychologically, I think it goes hand in hand with security. A fire eases your mind when you're alone. Even when you're with others, it brings a sense of peace and safety. Fire is probably one of the most not the most, but probably the #1 skill, fire making, that if you're into camping, hunting, bushcrafting, you name it, you should know how to make a fire in more than one way, and that's using a lighter. And some people don't even know how to make a fire when they have gasoline and matches, which, by the way, is a very dangerous way to make a fire. Now, what I have here, I've talked about it in prior videos. This is a piece of poplar. This is my fireboard. This is a piece of cedar. This is the spindle. The socket made out of a piece of a deer antler. And then the bow is 550 cord and a piece of red maple. Now you can make your string for your bow from natural fibers like vines and just different plant material that is fibrous, and stripping it down and then making your cordage from it. But I made this out of 550 cord. Sweat is dripping off me like raindrops. Y'all pardon the coughing. Hopefully one day all that's going to be gone away. But pneumonia will do that to you. I'm ready for some cool weather. I'm ready to get out. I enjoy being out in the woods or on the trail or in my deer stand when it's much cooler to colder weather. I enjoy cold weather. I can get warm by dressing. But you could, here in the southeast, you can get butt naked and still be hot, sweaty, and goat smelling. It is, well, it's mid-September, and it's still in the 80s and 90s during the day, and high humidity in the 90s, sometimes to 100%, and that just makes everything feel like, ah. But I like practicing in this weather, especially my fire making, because moisture is your #1 enemy when you're trying to make a fire. Typically, when you're making a fire with your bow drill set, where you have your fireboard, you want some type of material that will catch your ember to where you can move it to your fire bundle without it being disrupted and falling apart. What I'm doing today, I'm just practicing getting used to holding the socket a certain way and the spindle, putting the pressure. And my goal this evening, as I'm down here practicing, first of all, try not to get sweat on any of these parts where it's going to be, the heat needs to be generated in my little ember to start my flame. I don't want any moisture there. There's plenty of moisture now. So what I'm doing when I get smoke at this point with my training, whatever you want to call my practice, that's my success at this time. If you watch closely, you should start seeing some smoke. There's some right now. Now that doesn't mean I have a fire, of course. But that's my success for this practice. And right here, let me move this a little closer. This right here is where your ember would be. And having that set on something would be so you can pick it up without disturbing it. And your tinder bundle would be nearby. You place your little ember in it and then blow into it, create a flame. Then have everything ready for your fire and build your fire. We can only become masters when we practice something. And you have to practice, 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 and then practice more. You can never know enough. And I think if you ever come to a place where you say you stop learning, I think that's a bad place to be, because I believe you can never stop learning. I hope you guys like this video. It is Friday. The weekend is here. I hope you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Follow along on my journeys. Be a partner here with the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter. I got more videos coming up. Got a giveaway coming up. I'm seeing something funny with my subscribers. I'm kind of hanging at 357. Been there for a while. I noticed I went up to 359, and then I dropped down to 356. And then I went back up to 358. Now I'm back at 357. So I'm not quite sure. I think it's some kind of funny algorithm with YouTube, because I noticed that I don't get very many views on my videos. And that may be because I'm not doing the proper thumbnails. I haven't learned how to do that. Or the hashtags that put me in a whole different algorithm where people will see the video. It's kind of like an advertisement. Get yourself out there. And I'm trying to learn all this stuff. If you would, go ahead and share this video. Hit that like button and subscribe. I hope everybody has a great weekend. See ya.